watching Dro TV. Welcome back to the Florida Cannabis Festival. We're live in Mount Dora, and we're checking in with Eddie from Orlando State. What's happening, my friend?
Check it, friends. Check it. I'm excited to be here with Dro TV, Mike, and Zach. This is really an honor to be here at the 3rd annual Florida Cannabis Festival. You guys should all be here and enjoying these good vibes that we got going on here.
Tell everybody what brought you out here today.
Yeah, so, you know, I've been really big promoter of the cannabis, the greatest plant on the planet, you know what I mean, Mike? So I'm trying to just really get out here and really see and support the local community and the culture and the music, more importantly. You know, we can't do anything without the good vibes of the music.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Space Camp, but I love their music, and we've interviewed these guys. And what has cannabis done for you in your life, Eddie?
I mean, you know, I for a while there, I was just really a recreational user. But, you know, as you get older, you realize that there's a lot of medicinal values in this plant. You know, you see really why it's so important, right? Because of the fact that its impact is. And you got the edibles, you know. I like to smoke it, but other people like to ingest it, right? So how the edibles, it brings in the tinctures, all this stuff that you can do sublinguals. And then you get to the point where, like my dad, he's been suffering now from like pain, so he uses topicals, you know what I mean? So I think that it's very important to really support this growth and remove some of the stigmas in this plant, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, I love it. When it comes to consumption, you prefer flower, oils, the concentrates, or edibles? What's your major method?
Typically stick with the flower. I typically stick with the flower, and I'm open to like all kinds of methods. You know, I mean, I would love to. I typically roll the J's, you know, but I mean, I do use a bubbler on the daily basis, you know, as my choice for the cleanliness factor, and I definitely like the convenience of the vape oils, you know, in certain situations, you know, easier to travel, of course, etc., because it's still hard to get when you're out of state or something if you want to. And if you're addicted to the medicine, you know what I'm saying, it really propels you, you know what I mean, you're able to function on it, you get your job done. Then it's hard when you got to travel without it. But, you know, a good complement for me is the coffee in the morning, you know what I mean? Those two I kind of blend very well together, and it really kind of is a great experience, the wake and bake situation, you know?
Awesome. What's the craziest thing you've ever smoked out of?
Oh, gosh. You know, it's kind of crazy that you say that because, you know, so many times you're like always like in this mode where you don't have a lighter or you don't have a place to smoke out of or whatever. But, you know, I think the old Pepsi bottle, 2 liter, you know, we were at a camping trip and nobody brought, but we were able to score some herb, you know what I mean, in the woods, you know, and from some really nice couples that were out there, you know, enjoying life too. So, you know, we were like, fuck it, let's create a little water bong, chop off a 2 liter bottle, you know, and put it in the kitchen sink. And that's how we used that shit. It was fresh all weekend, you know, it was definitely a nostalgic high that weekend.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah.
If somebody named a strain after you, what would it be called?
Oh gosh, I think that's pretty easy. It's going to be called Good Times. Good Times. You know what I mean? Everywhere I go, I like to have a good time. I like to party, and that's really what I am. You know what I mean? It's so me and a strain would be Good Times. You smoke this shit, and you're like, oh yeah, this shit's fucking high as shit, and this fucking music is tight. And I'm hanging with my boys, you know what I mean? That's what it's about.
No doubt, I love it. The most famous person or the coolest person you ever smoked with?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's really a tough question, you know. I mean, it's hard to reflect on some of the awesome people that you connect with a lot, you know. So I like hanging with all my good friends that we usually spark it up with. That's really the essence there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. How about like the chillest place, most serene, the best place you've ever smoked?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's you know, and being kind of like in this kind of like risque mood where you're like trying to smoke, and for years you've been trying to like hide out, but you know, when you get to places like Denver, Colorado, you know what I mean, where it's fully legal over there, that you can go to like awesome places like Red Rock and listen to the acoustics like you mentioned earlier, Mike. You know, the music is great over there. And the herbs are always the finest, you know, and the kindest, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mile High Club.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, Eddie, it's been great meeting you and doing this segment here on Dro TV. Let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Awesome. Yeah, you can follow us at orlandostate.com or you can follow us at orlando.state on IG, and we're also on Twitter as well.
Excellent.
Thanks,
All right, my
Mike.
friend. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Great chatting with you guys, man. Great to have you guys. Peace.
And that's it for this episode of Dro TV. Make sure you go follow Eddie at orlando.state. And as always, smoke 'em if you got 'em.